So today, just talking a little bit about the current everyday carry setup that I have been using. So on a daily basis, I am bringing this to work. This is a GR2 26 liter. This is the 1000D Cordura exterior with a 210D back panel, which has been holding up very, very well. So starting on the exterior, we have a custom patch from Ox and Pine, who do very quick work for not very much, and the shipping is fast, so it's kind of a rarity these days. So I would recommend looking them up if you're looking for anything a little bit personalized. So on the exterior of this bag, I've just added the Hero clip, which is now, I think, gone by a different name. It's now called Gear Aid, but that's basically a carabiner that you can suspend off of tables or, say, bathroom stalls. Comes out really, really handy for air travel. And this is just a nice little thing to add to the top. The zipper pulls I have now all swapped out. These are the Eberly stock variants. Still like 550 cord-ish, but with a much nicer, more convenient zipper pull on here. I find that the stock GR2 ones with the heat shrink tubing, they get stuck under the storm flap in here, so sometimes it's hard to find them, or if anything is slick, they tend to slide right out of your hand. And I've actually pulled the heat shrink tubing off of the GR2 when I travel with it most recently. So swapping this out has just made life a little bit easier. Also on the exterior, I added some ITW web dominators. So once I got the shoulder straps set to where I want them, now I can have a pretty dangle-free existence. And because of that 210D, I can just slide this all around and everything stays set where I want it. So the top pocket, the quick access pocket, that usually ends up being, keys, sunglasses. It's empty currently. Moving on into the front panel of this. I keep largely empty. So the nice part about this GR2 is the footprint stays pretty small. It's like a GR1, a Rucker 20 liter. And I still have the room to scale this up as I see fit. So there are instances where I work where I will have to travel, so I need to add like some tools and a laptop, and just having that ability to scale up or scale down has been nice. So everything else in here is blank. The built-in field pocket, I keep a beanie in there. It gets cold in the office sometimes, and some hand sanitizer. Now what it normally rides in there is this kind of new little concept I've been playing with. Just having odds and ends in a small package that is transferable from bag to bag or from here to car center console when there is no bag in here. And we've pretty much just got some Band-Aids that are easily accessible on the front as we open this up. And this is a Maxpedition pouch, by the way. Cannot remember the model because I have had this a really long time. So in there, we got some lighting. We got a knife and a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter. There's, in case I forget my utensils for eating that day. Tourniquet, of course, some basic hygiene kind of stuff. Or, you get little cuts, toothbrush, little odds and ends in there. So still playing with this concept, but it is something that I think will be just handy. What are the most handiest things that if you're just out somewhere, wish I had that on me? That's kind of where this comes in. So that will ride inside of this built-in pocket, and that pretty much maxes out that field pocket. So here I use a GR2 field pocket full of tools, and so that would ride right below this, and this flap will close up pretty nice. Getting into the main compartment now. Standard stuff. So on the inside lid here, that's where I keep all of my electronics and chargers. The clutch charger for my iPhone has been really, really handy. This is a magnetic attachment, and then it has a little wire that plugs into the lightning port because I'm old and my phone is not new. But just a variety of chargers that I could potentially need. And water-wise, this is a Yeti 50-ounce lunchbox, and then coffee rides in here. At the very bottom of this main compartment is going to be the Peak Design Small, and this is where I just keep spare change of clothing. That's going to be a spare set of scrubs and socks. And if you work in healthcare, you'll know that there's a million and one reasons why you would probably end up having to change at some point randomly. And then the last component of this is the Premier body armor. This is the Stratus backpack plate. This is a level 3 enhanced piece of body armor. And unfortunately, we live in a world where that ain't a bad thing to have. So the concept for this bag is, this isn't EDC in the sense that this is where I take it like everywhere I go. This is just to get to work. So it's a little bit heavy with all this stuff in it, fully packed out. But I'm pretty much just going from my car to the office and back. So if I needed to take any pieces out of this, say it's the armor, or say it's just the essentials pouch right there, I can just plug it right out, set it on the counter, and toss it into whatever else that I need depending on the scenario. So just a quick eye towards some flexible stuff that you can do with this GR2. So on the daily, fully loaded up, there's a little bit on the heavy side, but the overall footprint on your back is not gigantic. Thanks, buddy, keeping me safe. So the GR2 is really, really good from an organizational perspective. What you do lose is some of the simplicity of the GR1, where it's essentially one big bucket. So for travel purposes, where I find we're just having to shove everything into one compartment, I think I kind of like a single compartment setup better. But for a lot of organization, the GR2 does really, really well. You just have to kind of get used to the layout, where exactly you want your zippers to sit, because it can be kind of a zippy mess if you're not pretty used to the layout of this bag. But I've been using one for years. So for the sake of comparison, this is a Shadow Ruck 20, basically the same footprint as a GR1 21 liter, a Rucker 20 liter. Same approximate size, just missing the frame sheet. This is the GR2 26, and this is loaded out. So normally I can just toss it on like that, and it's thick, but it's not a domineering kind of thing on your back footprint-wise. Slim enough that you can take it to crowded places and it doesn't feel overly cumbersome. By comparison then, we look at just the difference in depth here, being fully packed out, 21 versus 26. The Shadow Ruck I took out just recently, and I've actually enjoyed that experience quite a bit. Very streamlined is kind of what I wish the Bullet generally was. And so we're not giving up a ton of real estate, or it's not really eating that much up throughout the day. This being 500D is a little bit lighter. We're just missing the organization. Comparison number 2, this is the GR2 26 liter. This is the GR2 34 liter. So we're dealing with 2 more inches of height plus some depth. This one is packed out. This one's just got some yoga blocks in it, so this isn't even showing like full expansion. But just to get an idea, toss this guy on here. Here's our little walk around. And then taking that 34 liter, which I did upgrade just recently. This is a Everly stock sternum strap, because good luck trying to find a Coyote sternum strap in stock at GR2, and it plugs in just the same. Works pretty nice, and it has a little webbing retention. On this one, I also did upgrade the zipper pulls. These are the same Expedition ones. I just had a pile of them. So much bigger footprint on the back, but still very, very manageable for travel. And just to show capacity-wise what we're looking at, 34 versus 26, this whole 34 liter GR2 can house my entire GR2 26 with the daily loadout in the main compartment. Not that that was super easy to do, but it could be done. So this 34 liter, yes, you could carry that as an EDC. This is freaking gigantic. So I think the 26 liter fits the bill for EDC, where you may need to scale up or scale down. The light minimal travel, this fits most personal item dimensions for most domestic airlines pretty easily. So Very happy with this bag. In the EDC context, it's a little bit tactical, but where I work, that's not really a thing that's going to stand out much.